one of the previous videos, you can hear one of my neighbors, one of the apartments, the Bolls, plotting to grab my dog to check its tags. Just an example of how I overheard this as I'm coming in from the grocery store on a Saturday night, like pretty late, and this is how they entertain themselves. I was amazed. I was able to show it to people who were, understood that I wasn't paranoid, that people were going out of their way. But so when this was recorded with the previous management company that was, they, oversee the grounds and everything, the building, they would just play this mind game with me. So this is me trying to explain that all I'm doing is trying to protect my car from melting in the hot sun. So in a completely empty parking lot, during the daytime, during the nighttime, there's so many parking spaces. There's plenty of room. I found out years later that the Bolls just like their particular spot in the shade. And then all the other empty spots, that's not good enough for them. So that's part of it, but then it became like just singling me out for the sake of singling me out. And I tried to point out that, and that's the thing, I'm not trying to get anyone in trouble, and that's another reason why people misunderstand that this is just about, if you can't be fair about something so simple, you might as well hang it up, because it's, this makes me not want to, know any of these people, because you can't handle a parking problem without lying. And so this woman lies. She's, with this fake smile, just very polite. She sounds very gracious. She sounds very patient. But if you listen between the lines, she's sarcastic. She's disrespectful. And all I'm trying to get her to admit is, I said, what would you do if you were me? This isn't about telling me what I need to do in light of a letter threatening me. You better listen to the letter. That's not what I'm calling about. I'm asking, why am I being singled out? How many times do I have to say it where she pretends that that's not the case, to the point where she starts making CIA references, paranoia, Mel Gibson, and conspiracy theory type judgment. And, okay, so this is part of that, because I don't think I have enough room to do this. Where the hell is this? Oh, you did not just do that. Yes, you did. Shit. That was a waste.
Hello, this is Joan. Just a quick question. You remember I said something about just leaving the car for 10 minutes or so, or even an hour or whatever, in the shade, and you agreed that's probably not a big deal. Right. Don't worry, I have to run out. I just wanted to just have a reality check. And as far as my mom, who writes, that she's parked in a visitor spot two more times, either in defiance, and these are the only two choices, either in defiance or because she thinks she can continue to do it. But the board has told me to tell her if she continues, she'll be fine again, And that's what I'm talking about. It's like, it can't be that I left my car in the shade because I was trying to cool it off from further deterioration. It's like, it's either because I'm in defiance or that I just think I can continue to do it, or, whatever. So my question is, if you were me, what would you do? In light of that letter, I'd park in your marked spot. Yeah, that's what I've been doing all along. My point is just so that it's a little less depressing and, like I said, a reality check. Like what's Rob has a friend storing his car in a visitor spot right now. And I told Rob that I said, no hard feelings, that I talk about it. I think it's fascinating. He laughed. He's got this beautiful new car all this past year, and non-smoker, and lots of violations and everything, but I'm the one that's singled out.
In fairness, this isn't coming out right because I didn't want to mention anyone by name. The neighbor that I mentioned, that's just an example of, it's not because he has a nice car that doesn't sound at all how I mean it to sound. It's that he will park that beautiful nice car in two spots, like right down, to protect the sides, which is fine. There's plenty of room for that. Or, he doesn't have a sticker on it. The stickers are kind of ugly. And, and that's fine too. Nobody cares. And that's one of at least, half a dozen other, rule breakers that I talked to, and, and they all were apprehensive to talk to me because they want to, go on doing what they're doing. One of them, this guy Batai's tenant, and I switched our places. I asked him if I could have his spot because it had a little tree next to it, although it had sap. It was evergreen, so that was another trade-off. But we did that for like at least a year, if not 2 years, I want to say. And he, it was a clever thing because that allowed him to park in a visitor spot, I think somehow, because I was in his spot or something. And the point is 2 years later, no one said anything about him parking in a visitor spot. But after they decided to fine me, at this point, the last letter was a $120 fine for parking. And the way the letter was worded, you have been, she was reported to have been seen, like it is a spy, like someone's spying on you, and it's pathetic. But she goes and assumes that I'm like talking like CIA, and it's like, no, I'm talking about, Clouseau. I'm talking about it's comical, it's pathetic, and I mean, no, Clouseau is not pathetic. These people are pathetic though. And so once again, the main point is just to say that people play dumb and incapable of just saying, yeah, it sucks. One of the people in your building has it in for you, and I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry, it sucks. I think someone did finally say that, and it didn't hurt that much just to confess. And so someday I'll put the whole entire conversation up because she goes on. It's just like the cop in Florida where, I'm completely calm and especially under the circumstances very polite and in control, and yet she writes up a police report not realizing that there's going to be such a thing called YouTube. Actually, I did remind her of YouTube, but she still wrote up the police report as if to say that I was uncooperative, and I was not. So, yeah, a lot of people are probably enjoying watching me make a fool of myself, and that's going to have to be okay, because that's what they left me with, and my gut tells me if I hold out, someone's going to figure out a way to put all this together and the project, the meaningful project that I've envisioned for the past 20 years will come to fruition. And I guess they call it having the last laugh. But I don't even want to laugh. I just want to get the hell out of here and never have to think about any of these people ever again.